Hello everyone, I'm Tuco. Welcome back to another episode of the LTR Structures Reforged series. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dwarven Smithy. And to my right we have the current version, and behind me we have this magnificently large Reforged edition of the structure. Now, I was trying to keep it relatively the same size as the original one, but trying to do that and add all the details that I like to add to all my builds, and of course dwarven builds, of course, it couldn't be done. So basically I just increased the size massively, height and width and everything in between. And honestly, I kind of like how big it is, because I mean, I know dwarves, they're short, so of course they aren't going to have or need large buildings or structures, but I feel like, dwarves, they build some pretty epic stuff. So, I mean, I think their smithies would be quite large, especially since they're known for their crafts. You'd think that they'd have a pretty big area for, all of their smithing. But I suppose we'll just get right into it. Now, first things first, this structure is a raised up structure. It's not necessarily on stilts, but the floor isn't resting on the ground like most of my structures. This one is a raised one. Simply because I kind of liked how it looked. I did originally make it on the ground, but then I decided, it looked kind of better if it was raised up. So I did. I made it nice and raised up here. As you can see, we do have stairs going up with some wonderful detail going on here. We have some indentations here just to give it a bit more of a look there. Also, some like handle, I guess, if you will. Some more detail there. And then also surrounding for the base. Basically, I just slapped together a bunch of stair blocks to give it, some details, some interesting designs and patterns. And also on each side here, we have, of course, a beautifully arched window, very wonderful looking, and also like two peeping eye holes, I guess, right over there. And we also have it flanked by these wonderful dwarven bar windows. And of course, behind this arch as well, we have the dwarven bars, just to keep everything out, I guess. But, I mean, there is a massive hole entrance. So, I mean, you really wouldn't be keeping much out. But if we do come over to the back side here, we will have, of course, as you can see, the iron bars, or the dwarven bars, are now gone. And that is because there is a chimney right there leading to the furnace. But we do still have the wonderful arch and, of course, the designs with the pillars and the wall like that. We also have, of course, the two flanking windows there, as you can see. Now, if we do continue up to the roof, I did make this a domed roof. Now, usually in my dwarven builds, I have them like really pointed. Well, sometimes I have them rounded, but the reason why I went rounded for this one, kind of a dome shape, is because the original one kind of has a dome-ish sort of roof, kind of. I mean, it's not much of a roof, but I decided to make it like that, and honestly, I quite like how it turned out. We have, of course, it detailed, or I guess lined, by the dwarven brick, and then the actual roof is made up of the spruce wood, simply because spruce honestly looks pretty good with a dwarven brick. And then behind here we also have the chimney leading to the furnace, or I guess the furnace leading to the chimney, whichever way you want to see it. And we have this chimney quite similar to all my other chimneys. Of course, the slab with the wall, and honestly I quite like this chimney. It's very, very simple design. Honestly, I kind of like it. It's a little bit better than just a hole in your chimney like that one. But if we do walk up this staircase here, all the way up to the floor of the smithy, as you can see, very vaulted ceiling, very nice and domed, with a lot of structural support going on here. A lot of structural support from the entrance to also these like, I guess kind of these pillars in the middle of it here. Just nice and arching. I really like that. But we also have here, if we come inside and actually look at the content of this place, we have the dwarven armor here flanking the entrance. We also have the unsmelteries, I think it's what they're called. Pretty sure. On either side here, we also have, of course, crafting benches, regular and dwarven, of course. And then we also have some weapon racks, just give it a bit more detail, make it look a little bit more alive. We also have chests and, of course, cauldrons to cool off all the hot metal. In the very center of the room, we have, of course, the anvil, a wonderful anvil, very nice looking, and the Dwarven Forge right back here. I did forget to put the lava in, but there is supposed to be lava there. And then, of course, ahead of, well, I shouldn't say ahead, but above the forge, we have, I guess, the smith's masterwork. This is, his life's work. A beautiful set of silver-trimmed dwarven armor. Absolutely stunning, and I quite like the design of it with the texture pack that I'm using. It looks quite nice. And of course, with the forge here, we have, of course, some nice arches coming off of it. Just give it some more support for the roof, and some more detail, of course. Now, we also have lighting from a bunch of, actually, not a bunch, just like 3 chandeliers, and of course, some nice torches on the outside. Now, I do believe that does it for this structure, I do believe. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the LTR Structures Reforged series. And if you did enjoy this episode, please be sure to hit that like button. As always, I'm Tuco. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time.